We know that our time is now.
It is time to ask yourself
if you are living the life that you want to live.
Are you making the decisions that will determine your destiny?
Are you willing to put in the work? Because your time is now.
For all our lives, we've been asked to wait.
For equality, for freedom.
But there are more of us now.
We are stronger, and we will wait no longer.
Our time is now.
Our time is now.
Our time is now.
As the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, now is the time to make real the promises of democracy.
The time is now to open the doors of opportunity
and to reach the paths of justice and security.
The time is now because it is time for change.
Because it is time for change.
It is time for change.
Good evening and welcome to Florida Live, bringing you training, incentives, motivation, and Florida recognition. Your hosts for tonight's event are Daniel and Rebecca Gonzalez, State Vice Presidents of Florida, as well as your co-hosts, Regional Director from South Florida, Mr. Jeffrey Lewis, and Regional Director from North Florida, Mr. David Hauser. Without any further ado, here is Daniel Gonzalez with your state news and announcements.
All right, Florida. How's everyone doing? God bless you all. It's just been an incredible month so far. So excited with everything that's going on. First and foremost, I just want to say tonight's going to be an exciting night because we have an extraordinary guest speaker. A lot of you already know who she is and are here just to see her, which is awesome because she's going to deliver some information that is truly going to help you take your level to your business to the next level tonight. Right. But let's kick this off with a little 411, a little news, some state news. Here's some announcements, folks. Hey, I'm so excited for each and every one of you. And I see a lot of you on today. Miss Catherine, nice to see you on here. Carmen, nice to see you. Mr. Lewis. All right. Look at everyone coming in to say hello. All right. Fantastic. Miss Weaver. It's always good to see you on here. So, ladies and gents, I just want to say that right now, Florida is still number one, baby. Number one recruiting state internationally between the states and the provinces. We're still doing a phenomenal job. And we already know, guys, I'm saying thank you because it's not about me. It's about you. You know, Florida as a whole is just, it's a collective look at all your individual businesses and all the phenomenal and hard work that you guys are all doing. So we're just excited to be in that number one place. But it's all because of all the hard work that everyone here is doing, folks. So let's give a little bit of some recognition here real quick. First and foremost, I want to say congratulations to the top recruiter so far this month, Miss Ashley Cobble here with 5 recruits. Congratulations. What an incredible job. Hey, guys, blow at the chat. Let her know that she's doing a phenomenal job. And then we have a top producer to recognize, right, with 51 memberships so far this month. I mean, wow, guys, that's exciting when someone can market that many memberships in a short month. Philip and Elaine Corsi doing incredible things here in Florida, folks. So just awesome stuff. And then, of course, I want to take a moment and celebrate a brand new executive director here in the state of Florida. So without any further ado, I would like to congratulate our brand new executive directors, Lee and Arthur Williams. Congratulations. Y'all get the fireworks. Y'all get the fireworks for the incredible job that you guys are doing, right? And I just love the fact that that's available to everyone that's here, right? It's available. Yeah, that's right, Wendy. Congratulations from everyone. Alicia, Jacqueline, Jimmy Toss. So good to see everybody on, right? Congratulations. Excellent. So, hey, let's get this show started today, folks. I don't want to waste a whole lot of time. Because I know why everyone's here tonight, right? So we're here to have an incredible interview with someone that's extremely successful here in Legal Shield. So let's get on with it. I'd like to bring in our co-host. You all know him, Mr. Electricity himself. He's got one of the most attractive and electric and just amazing personalities, guys. I mean, he just really lights up the room like a lightning bolt every time he comes in here. So we appreciate you, sir. How you doing tonight, Mr. Jeffrey?
I'm doing well. Mr. Gonzalez got me blushing on the thing. It's only Monday. Leave me alone.
All right, it's all yours, my man. Enjoy. Have a good time. I'll be back in a bit.
I appreciate it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to share the space this evening. Listen, I'm telling you, we got a surprise for you. It's a special treat. Most of you, if you've seen the promotion already, you know that Her Majesty, the Queen, listen, the head of small business, the senior network vice president, $300,000 ring earner, Miss Melissa Wilder is in the building. Let's go. How you doing, Miss Wilder? How's it going?
I'm doing well, thank you. Doing very well. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. But you can see you make me blush too.
So I just remember when I first got started, just years ago, I saw you and Mr. Peters on stage. He had just started singing some type of ballad, and then you came out with all your glory talking about awesomeness. I was like, there's a ring of awesomeness coming on the stage. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And then you just came down, you were like, oh, sweetie, you could do it. I believe in you. I was like, I can. And you're like, yeah. I said, ah. So just love you to pieces. I appreciate you. Listen, when we get started, because I'm still glowing, obviously, and blushing because I'm with you, right? And so why don't you tell us how you all got started in Legal Shield?
Wow, we'd need a whole day and a half to really tell the full story. But honestly, when I was first approached, it would have probably been 23 years ago, because we've been in the business this October, 22 years.
Wow.
But the gentleman approached us about this pre-legal thing, prepaid legal back in the day.
Yep.
And, I just didn't like his approach. I'm just to be very candid with you all, family. I learned a lot of don'ts in his approach, trust me. And he was really pushy. And so I'm just like everyone else. Prior to Legal Shield, I did not want to use the legal system, right? The only time I had used it for was a divorce. It was a very complicated, emotionally devastating, financially devastating thing in my life. And quite frankly, I never wanted to use the legal system again because, listen, family, I attached that emotion and that experience to the entire legal system.
Wow.
And so therefore, I kind of blocked him out. Every time I saw him, I ran from him. But eventually, because I got tired of bumping into him, I took his brick. And I don't know if y'all remember a brick, but it was actually the old school. It was a box with a cassette tape, a VHS tape, brochures, some applications. And I finally just said, listen, if I take this brick, do you promise to leave me alone? And I had no intentions of ever really looking at it. But he had a lady call me one day, and I literally had this. Understand, he chased me for months. I had this brick for months. This went on for nearly a year. And this lady called me one day when I was at home. And she said, Melissa, I'm sorry to bother you in the evening. I know you're probably busy. She goes, but I'm with Prepaid Legal. And I thought, oh my gosh, they found me at home. Are you kidding me? How did they find me at home? She said, but this is what she said to me. She said, I was wondering if you could help me out. And I thought, okay, the lady's approaching me in a whole different way, right? And I said, sure, if I can, I'll try. And she says, well, I'm a single mom, financially trying to get on my feet. I had been there, done that. So she told me her story before she gave me a sales pitch.
Nice.
There's a message in there, right?
Yeah.
And so I said, okay. She says, and I just started my business with Prepaid Legal. I understand that you might have some tools, some materials that you're not using, and I need them to do my business. And if I could have them, I'd appreciate it. And I said, hey, listen, if I can find them, you can have them. And that night I went in and found this VHS tape. And I thought, I'm gonna watch it. After that, it was history.
Wow.
It was the messenger. It was the approach that got me to listen to it.
The story and the messenger, the approach.
Her approach was, can you help me out? I got to know her story. She wasn't pushy. She wasn't assertive. She just was just like we're talking right now, just really just having a conversation with me. And so
that's like
I
a
built
box.
that in.
You just had a box of, I'm trying to figure out which nugget to pull out of it. I'm just going to leave them because you just dropped 5 bombs right there, but I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it because I want to ask you this next question. So, okay. So there's no, it's not hidden that you guys were busy, you know. I believe that Mr. Peters and you yourself had a business, and then you were working full time, like late, if I remember the story correctly, and then enter this Legal Shield thing that you tell Mr. Peters. I think you told you, if I remember the story correctly, you told him you're going to be good at this, right? So,
that's right.
And so what? Like, how did you balance all of that? Right, you got family, you got all this. How did you balance doing it? Because obviously you did it the right way. You got so much success. So how did you guys balance everything and keep everything going the way it needed to be going?
You know, if you haven't heard my complete story after we signed up, and you're right, when we got started, I told Eddie, I said, babe, you're going to be great at this. I had no intention of doing it, to be quite frank with you. However, when we did start the business, I ordered a bunch of those bricks, right? I was like, you're going to hand these things out. Yes, we had a few meetings every once in a while on our market, and we'd get emails, but I did exactly what all of you do. The minute I got ready to do business, it was, I don't have time. I got to take care of the kids. We've got a business. I've got my job. You know what? This weekend I got to take care of the house. You know what? Every time we go, we got to pay for those daggone meetings. I don't want to go to the meeting because I don't even like my sponsor. It's like all these things. Literally, I talked myself out of doing the business. I talked Eddie out of doing the business for years. Literally 2 years. We really did nothing with the business.
Wow.
Yes. Until one day, I was looking at my emails because Legal Shield used to send, or prepaid legal used to send us a lot of emails, and I was deleting them one day, delete, a little frustrated, and one opened up, and I said, okay, Lord, I'm gonna read this because I know I hit delete, but it opened. So I opened it, and understand this was about a 6-figure ring earner from San Antonio, Texas. Now we lived in El Paso. It was about an 8-hour drive from there, and he was coming into El Paso to do what we call a Super Saturday.
Right.
We had never been to one, but here, once again, what made me say, "Hey, we need to do it"? Well, actually, what made me say to Eddie, "You need to go," was the fact that it was his story. Mr. Towns was coming in from San Antonio. He's retired Air Force. His wife was retired Air Force. I was Army. Eddie was Air Force. That story, that connectivity, the reality that this is people, right? And that they were coming in to talk about this business, about how that they're able to make 6 figures from home. And because of the blessing of this business, by helping people with their services, they were able to take their retirement checks and help their elderly parents. And I thought, wow, I want to meet these people. But Eddie went to this event, and because I told him to, and I thought, you know what? There's a briefing, there's a break, then there's, recognition and training, and then there's a meeting after the meeting. And I thought he'll be home on that first break. He didn't come home till about 7 o'clock that night. Wow. And when he did, he came home all over the place crazy. And I thought, oh my gosh, he drank the Kool-Aid. What had happened, and I hadn't experienced it, was that he learned something powerful that changed the way we were thinking about us being busy. And that was the power of sharing. See, when we got in this business, we actually put our sales hat on. I want you to understand something. And when we think sales, we think time, money, training, complicated scripts. I've never sold anything in my life. All that blocks us.
Yeah.
But what he learned from Mr. Towns is we share all the time. We learn good things, we tell people. We go to church, we hear a good sermon, we share it. We eat at a good restaurant, we tell people. We see a good sale, ladies, I'm going to tell you, right? We read a good book, we see a good movie. We're always sharing because it's a good thing to do. Well, if we truly believe that Legal Shield was a good thing to do, why do we have to make it complicated? You just share Legal Shield while you're living life. And that was the key. That was the key when we realized, you know what? We can do this by living life. I can do this while I'm on my way to work or talking to people potentially at work on my way back home. We can do this while we're out doing our business, our karaoke and entertainment company. Eddie could be talking to people right there at the show. We could do this while we are at the gas station. We could do this while we were at the restaurant. We could do this by living life. We could do this by just going to our kids' sporting events. When we figured out the power of sharing, not selling, totally changed our lives.
So, wow. Okay. So I've gotten stories. I've gotten sharing. Let me ask one more question before, because I want to make sure I get some small business ones too. So let me ask this. You know, in your opinion, so many people, they actually discount what we do, right? Because it's wrapped up in a MLM, network marketing kind of blanket, which I think is the most powerful part. So for professional people, what would you say is the best approach with that? Because people talk about like the cotes that are available, right? That's very professional person. Yourself, you were professional type of people, and you needed something to kind of get you over that hump. What is the best approach, in your opinion, getting very professional people to take a look at Legal Shield, if you think?
So I think my biggest thing, number one, is the fact that I am not embarrassed to be attached to network marketing. Now, some of you are going to tell me you're not, but deep in your soul, you try to keep it to yourself because you're afraid of what people are going to say to you. Okay. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of I don't care if it's the excuse, the objection, the confrontation. I'm not going to really have a debate with people. If you choose to be a business owner with fixed overhead, if you choose to be a business owner where you're an employee of your own business because you are actually tied to that business from open to close because that's your store hours, guess what? That's your choice of operating a business. My choice was to actually be in network marketing, where the compensation plan is through the roof, especially with this business. But I set my own schedules. I don't have any fixed overhead. So just as I won't talk bad about the way you operate your business, I should hope that you wouldn't talk about the way I operate mine. And mine just happens to be attached to network marketing. That's the nice way of saying it. Okay. So when people say, Legal Shield, isn't that network marketing? I'd say, oh, well, first thing is, I'm excited to know that you've heard of our company because we've been around for nearly 50 years. The second thing is, yes, you know enough about us to understand that we recruit. Just like if you're a business owner, you recruit employees. Now, you're recruiting them to actually work for you. When we recruit, we actually recruit them into the business to train them to be us.
Yeah.
Right? So we all recruit. It's just how you title it and just how you categorize it. Now, I say to them, listen, that's only one part of our company. That's only one part of our company. You don't have to actually build a team in order to make six figures. You don't have to build a team to get residual income. You don't have to build a team to build a book of business that you can will to your children. You only have to build a team if you want leverage in your life.
Okay, so I got a two-parter for business owners. So are you finding that, especially with that philosophy, I think that's a great segue, that the business owners that you work with when you're doing a small business, that they're wanting to become Legal Shield associates? And I mean, is that go ahead? I'm gonna stop right there because I saw you twerk. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
Okay. All right. So, and no, I wasn't twerking. Just let's.
No, I didn't mean oh
no. Listen. Listen. Language is everything, brother. Right? Language is everything. Okay. So
I'm red now, but you can't tell, I'm sure. I just want you to know that.
Okay. Oh my goodness. My stomach hurts. I'm just coming off a stomach virus, family, so forgive me. All right. So here's the deal. So I have a philosophy when I operate our business. So does Eddie. We have a philosophy of we sell to recruit.
Yeah.
So our approach, and that's just us, we're all different, but our lead and our approach is the empowerment of the service. right? That we live in a world of so many injustices. What are you doing about it? Are you recording it? Are you accessing it?
Yeah.
Right? So, we live in a world where we take this thing right here and we record injustice, which I think is important because it gives visualization to things that were hidden in the past. I get that.
Right.
But actually, that's not solving the problem. It's just exposing the problem. See, Legal Shield actually helps you use the same device, not just to record it, but Legal Shield gives you the same device to access justice.
Yeah.
The same thing that you're exposing it with gives you the access to what we need. So when we're talking, to people, we talk about the empowerment of the membership. And the same thing when I'm talking to business owners. Listen, business owners today, wow, we're navigating new legislation, new working conditions, new working environments. It is time for a complete reset in their business operation. I don't care if they used an attorney in the past or not to review that contract. If that contract hasn't been re-reviewed in 2021, that contract's outdated.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever their policies were with their employees, their employee handbooks, those things are outdated. The way that they were managing, their policies and procedures within their business, guess what? Those things are outdated. We're dealing in a new world.
Yeah.
And so they need a whole new legal reset. The legal system is not small business budget friendly. Legal Shield is their only shield. It's the only access on a small business budget. We can take our most comprehensive legal plan, that is our Small Business Pro. You add the trial defense for business to it. So it's $183.95. Which one is small business budget friendly? $183.95 for 20 minutes or $183.95 for 30 days.
Wow.
And when you break down the cost for a full 40-hour work week, it's $1.06 an hour. One of the most affordable hires a small business owner can have is Legal Shield, but one of the most powerful they can have is Legal Shield. And so when I'm talking to a business owner, it's all about the empowerment of the services.
Yep.
How do I recruit? I personally, in the space of small business, in the space of business solutions, I do not personally try to recruit because it is almost, it gives that taboo of network marketing. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go there. However,
Right.
I'm not naive to think that they may be thinking about joining our team. So I do it indirectly because what I would say if that was Daniel Gonzalez as the business owner, as I'm talking to, I'd say, now listen, Daniel, I'm so appreciative of being able to sit here and share with you what it is that we do, the empowerment of what we have to give to business owners, the empowerment of what we have to give to their employees and their families or those in our neighborhoods. And I'm looking for more people to help me share the message. I know you as a sharp business owner know other people. You have other people that come in and sell you other products and services. They are already knocking on doors. I need those people to sit with me so I can share with them what I do. Because they may want to add this to their book of business. They may want to be able to say, hey, you know what? My clients need this too. My family needs this too. My neighbors need this too.
Yeah.
And so would you be kind enough to connect me, to give me those names or to connect me with those people? So inadvertently, I'm exposing the opportunity, but it's like, who do you know that I should know that can help me share this message?
Wow.
That is how I reach the small business sellers, is by asking that business owner. Now, yeah, there's been a handful that says, well, shoot, Melissa, there's some people I think I know, and if you get compensation, then I'd like to talk about it. Well, if you approach me with it, that's a whole nother conversation than me actually approaching you with it.
Melissa, and I just appreciate you so much because what I'm getting from it is, it's what you give off, the perception that people realize when you first come in, not being so forward and aggressive, making it a casual conversation like you're saying right now, a story, just two people sharing. And when you're in the way of really working on the membership and doing what you have to do, then it just makes sense. Look, I love it. Okay. So I only got two questions and we run out of time. I know you're busy. And by the way, thank you for, even though not feeling well, deciding to do this. I really appreciate you for that. I do. Thank you so much. Listen, so we have Maui that's going, can you give us really briefly, because I got two more questions. how somebody could use the small business plan, or how would we best use the small business plan to qualify for Maui?
So, we have two ways to qualify, right? We have on the network side and the solution side. Network side, we know it's 9, 4, and 2. Stay PC qualified, keep your retention. And then, of course, on the solution side, it's $10,000 in premium. Stay in PC, right? Keep your retention.
Yeah.
Now we can pick our path. I'm going to pick a path of building my team.
Yeah.
I think it's truly time for me to push a little bit harder. And honestly, quite frankly, today, I think it's a whole lot easier based on what I'm going to share with you. Okay.
Okay.
So, given that example of what I just said about talking to a business owner and saying, small business sellers, I don't know them. I mean, who else takes care of your business? Every small business owner has somebody else that they're paying a premium to. They're paying a fee to, right? Some kind of service, some kind of product. They know these people, right? And that's who I'm going to talk to. The council and I, we do overviews the Small Business Council and I, we do overviews 6 days a week. Monday and Tuesday are membership overviews. Okay. Wednesday is a small business seller opportunity overview.
Okay.
Thursday is the ID Shield for Business membership.
Yep.
Friday, we wrap up the work week with a activation for small business, so they know how to put their app on their phone, how to access their attorneys, what to do.
Yep.
And then on Saturday, we do our second weekly recruiting opportunity overview for small business. Okay. So we've got a system in place for you and for everyone on this line to plug your prospective either members or prospective recruits into. That's the first thing. The second thing is understand the power of the premium and the compensation.
Okay.
So going back to my illustration with the most comprehensive legal plan that we have for a business owner, it's $1.06 an hour for a full 40-hour work week for them.
Yeah.
But understand that's $183.95 in premium. So if I recruit one of those small business sellers, let's just say I get his advertising guy or his marketing guy, or let's just say I get one of his business coaches or HR consultants, or I get the commercial janitorial cleaning company, the guy that runs that, right? There's so many different people out there. It's not just about insurance. That's a whole nother thing. I'm not really looking for them right now anyway. I'm looking for like that, hey, I'm knocking on the door, small business seller, that person like you and I.
Okay.
All right. If we can get them in the business, because we're selling a needed product, not a wanted product. Get straight here. Our small business plan today is a needed product. There's a lot of stuff out there that small businesses have stopped buying because it was a wanted service or product and they can't afford it anymore. So those sellers that have the wanted products are looking for more commission, and they can have it through a needed product. So when they understand the power of what we have, and they understand already how to talk to business owners or to tap in their book of business, and they go and they help one client with that $183.95 and go to a Fast Start class, do you know that they're Fast Start qualified? How many do I need Fast Start qualified? I only need 4 Fast Start qualified. Now check this out. Out of those 4, if those 4, 2 of those 4 actually go help one more client with that $183.95 and help them with their family, legal, and ID Shield, do you know they have enough premium to now be manager?
Melissa, can you mentor me?
So, I mean, why make it difficult on us, right?
Right.
So we get the people that are already in that market. They're already knocking on doors. They already have that book of business to the clientele we're looking for.
Right.
They're probably selling a wanted product. We have a needed product. Our commission that we can share with them is through the roof.
Yeah.
The actual promotion through the compensation plan can almost be judged by one client for the first level and 2 clients by the second level. And it's uphill from there. And by the way, they get their bonuses along the way. So yeah, it's really a great time to do this. I mean,
wow.
And like I said, if you haven't seen the commission,
I'm messing up. Okay. So there's so much I want to ask you, but we literally have like a minute and a half. I think Mr. Gonzalez is probably going crazy. So here's what I want to ask on this question here is basically, as far as the ID Shield for business, right? Why is that so important for us to kind of embrace that, make sure the business owners get that? right now, in your opinion?
Well, I'm just to be transparent with our family here today. When we first launched ID Shield for Business, the product is a phenomenal product, but we had some activation issues. Don't be afraid of the activation issues. They've cleared those up. Let's get out there and share with these small business owners that ID Shield for Business is here. Why? Okay. Well, number one, because cybercrime is up 200% from March of 2020 to March of 2021. Okay, that's a huge increase. Why is it up so high? Well, it's so high because of the fact we've been forced to do everything online because of obviously the mandates, right? The shelter-in-place mandates. Cyber criminals are smart. Yes, they're going to go after the pipeline and the meat departments and all those things they've been doing. But do you understand that 76% of the cyber attacks are on companies of 100 employees or less? And those are think about this, those attacks are intentional because they are the most vulnerable of vulnerable. It's just like a lawsuit. I'm in there and I'm shopping for your vulnerability, not for your product, because I know if I sue you, you'll probably pay me to make me go away and I'll never have to fight you in court because you don't have money either. It's the same way with the cyber criminals. They know that they can get ransomware from the smaller businesses. It may not be as high as a pipeline, but if they do enough of them, it compounds to make it that high. So think about the increase of cybercrime and 76% against small businesses. They need defense. Legal Shield is there to give them that defense. It gives them a plan that allows them to protect their business without bankrupting their business when a cyber attack happens.
Got it. Got it. Melissa, I want to close with this one, and I think it'd be perfect, especially for the time that we're in, is, if the first part of it is a silly question. I already know the answer of it is, Ms. Wilder, why do you believe, do you believe that Legal Shield is the best in its industry? And if so, what makes it the best?
The best in the industry of network marketing, direct sales, or legal?
Yes.
All right. So I'm actually going to do it in terms of network marketing. How about that? Okay. Because I think we understand the power of what we do, our collective buying power of what we do to give the access to the legal system.
Yeah.
But in network marketing, I want you to think of a traditional sense of network marketing. Okay. And then the traditional sense of a network marketing is I take this pin, right? And this pin I can get any place else. I really can. I can get it wherever I want to get it. It may not look exactly the same, but it's going to work the same. All right. So with that being said, I take this pin that's worth about 50 cents and I make it pretty and I put a spin on it. And I actually am going to charge you $3 to get this pin so I can make $1.50. You understand? All right. So what do? We take something that you can buy elsewhere, but you take something, you put a good network marketing spin on it, you get a good sales pitch on it, and you take that price of good and you increase it so that we can make money through network marketing. Okay. That's how it works. Not Legal Shield. Legal Shield takes something that is completely outpriced of the marketplace, and we lower it through our collective buying process so that the average person can have access to it. And we, by default, then make compensation.
Yes, we do.
I want you to think it's a complete opposite of what else is out there. We are not increasing a cost of goods or services to make a buck. Through collective buying power, we are actually decompressing a cost of good to give people access, and we're making a living while making a difference.
Ms. Wilder, it has been a pleasure to have you on the call. And when I got started, I could only dream of interviewing Ms. Wilder, right? And I really mean that. And so I really appreciate this opportunity.
But you didn't know you were going to make me twerk either, did you?
No, not twice. You're going to let me live that down. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
That made me laugh because I'm telling you, my stomach is so sore from this virus.
Okay. I'm sweating right now. And okay, I'm back. Okay. I lost all train of thought. Okay, so Ms. Wilder, do you have any closing words for us as I go back to Mr. Gonzalez? I messed up so bad.
No, you didn't. I loved it. No, I do have a few words, and those words to our family is this. Listen, some of us have been in this business for quite some time, and some of us are very new. I get it. Anywhere and everything in between. I'm gonna really ask all of us to take this serious. To not take it so serious that it freaks us out. Not that that we're taking it so serious that we feel like you have to have every training and every piece of knowledge before you can share it. You don't have to take it so serious that, if someone has an objection or question you can't answer, it's going to really upset you or hurt your feelings or freak you out so you don't approach them. No, I mean, take this serious to just go out and say hi to people, to introduce to them of the fact that you have received a blessing in your life. And the blessing you've received in your life is an opportunity called Legal Shield. And Legal Shield is giving people access to something that they probably on a day-to-day basis cannot afford independently. But collectively, we now can pool our resources and have the access that we need, that we deserve to protect our families and to protect businesses. And if they have questions we can't answer, guess what? Just tell them, hey, just give me time. I'll go get the answers and bring it back to you. The time I don't have, though, is to walk by you and not at least say hi, because you could be praying for an answer right now. And if I'm trying to get perfect to come back to you, that'll never happen. So just take it serious and say hi to people and let them know that we're here and we care.
Miss Wilder, we love you. Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate you. You continue to be blessed and speedy recovery to the rest of you. If this is what you are, not fully recovered, I don't think I could have been ready for the whole 100% version anyway. So thank you, God. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, that is Melissa Wilder, our queen, Her Majesty herself, $300,000 ring earner, senior network vice president, and most of all, lovable flower of Legal Shield. And Mr. Gonzalez, that's all I got. Back over to you, sir.
That was fantastic. Thank you so much, Miss Wilder, for spending some time with us. We truly appreciate you, and we hope you get well soon. So have a great night. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Jeffrey, we're going to have some words, man.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Man, I'm so happy that you dragged that out just a little bit so that I could stop laughing. I was cry laughing. Well, anyways, guys, so thank you, Mr. Lewis, for everything you did tonight. Appreciate you. And thank you, Miss Wilder, again for your time, guys. So, hey, look, that was Miss Wilder. What an amazing, amazing individual. She always delivers in such a genuine way. She just breathes Legal Shield. And I just love how she delivers that information. So I'm just going to fly through a couple of things here. Miss Melissa Wilder mentioned it while she was speaking, the Fired Up for Maui, guys. This is an amazing time right now. And it's an easy thing to do, guys, especially the way she went through it with those small business plans and the recruiting into the small business world on top of your traditional networking, sales and recruits, guys. Look, it's 9, 4, and 2, but don't forget that's only 1/3 of the process, right? You still need the Performance Club qualify every month, and then you still need to have a 65% or above retention on April 1st of 2021. So I want to make sure everyone is crystal clear because I want to see everyone in Florida in Maui. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have an amazing social event after a year and a half of waiting to get together, guys. We're finally going to do it. We're going to do it in a big way. We have 3 social events happening all across Florida. It's going to be an outstanding event. We got guests of honor in every city. And then we are live streaming Mr. Larry Smith as well as Mr. Will Dadsey into the event with us to be there all across Florida simultaneously. This is huge, guys. So without any further ado, I'm going to run a quick clip to celebrate all of the weekly social events that have been happening in Florida, as well as to show you how big this event's going to be. Here we go. All right, Florida, you saw it here first, guys. So make sure you get online. You go and tickets are available for purchase right now. You just got to go to www.floridalsevents.com. That's www.floridalsevents.com. Don't forget, we have a weekly statewide training that's happening this Thursday, hosted by your regional director. So make sure you're attending that. Check your local calendar to find out the details on that, folks. And again, guys, today was epic. Miss Melissa Wilder brought the fire. If you want to make sure you stay close to the fire every time Florida puts something out like that, make sure you click on the subscribe now button at the bottom, and then be sure to hit the little bell so you get an alarm anytime we post a training up there or anytime we go live again. Legal Show family, God bless you all. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week on Florida Live. Let's finish the month strong, ladies and gents. Let's go get it.